Hello everyone, my name is E. Pongalan Reddy. Right now I'm a student in NxtWave Intensive 2.0, where I learned one full stack development. So, as a part of my course, I was assigned to do a React project called as NXTMART, which is an e-commerce shopping app. I designed and developed this single page web application. So, now I'm gonna show you my published website and go through its functionalities. And here, this is my website address, and I'm gonna show you how I implemented the design and etc. So this is the login page. Only the authenticated users can be logged in because I used authentication API. So registered users can only be logged in through this portal. So if any non-registered users try to tamper the access to home page without logging credentials, the page will be redirected to this login page. And also I modified the modern input element where type is password here. If you look here, we have the password and the input as password. So if you type anything, it will go it won't show you the password. So I modified this code where here you can see an I icon will be present here. So when I click this I icon, the password will be synced. So I modified this input element and I added this functionality called show password. So when I click the show password, it will show the password. So let's jump into the NXTMART application. So I'm gonna type my username and password. And now this is the home page where the data or the resources are fetched from an API URL which initially provided for my project. So here I used HTML hyperlinks at the time of first page. So we can see all the products. So we can see all the products here. And when I click on different products in the sidebar, the HTML will be the HTML hyperlinks will be navigated to this page. So every time I click on the sidebar items, it will navigate to its corresponding categories based on its names. And also, if we move to the sidebar, if I click anything here, we can see an effect in the buttons where it will slides or shake for its first fetch. Here, if I want to add any item to the cart, I will simply click on the add. And if I want to add more quantity, I can select here. See. And this is the cart page. Initially, it is empty, right? So the cart will be empty. So let's go and add some items to our cart. Let's see what happens to the cart when I add some items. So in home, I'm adding some items here. So I added 3 items in the cart. Let's go into the cart and see what happens here. So this is the cart overview. So I added 3 items here: lemon juice, grapes, and red label tea. So each one has its own quantity. I can increase the quantity or decrease the quantity here. And also the price gonna increase or decrease here. If I want to remove any item here, I can simply click on the cross logo here, or I can simply decrease the item here. See, so there are total 2 items, or further again do this again here. So this is the cart feature which I was added. So if I click onto the shop now, it will redirect me to home page. And just like it. And these card items are stored locally by using a local storage through JS cookies. So it's based on the session, guys. I mean, if we clear the data by logging out, the data will be cleared. I mean, the locally stored items will be actually present until we clear the items in the cart. So I'm gonna click on the logout here and see what happens. Again, we came to the login page. So now I will try to tamper the URL here. Example, we have cart section, right? See, it is redirecting to the login page. And let's try home. Until again and again, it will do this. So this is the overview of the NXTMART web application. And let's jump into the code functionality. So I will explain everything here. As we can see, this is the CCBP Cloud IDE. It's like an Visual Studio Code, but it will be it runs on the internet. So this is the structure, and I have the source path in which I have components and context, and in components, these are the modules which I have developed and created for building the NextMart. So this is the basic folder structure, and now I'm going to explain what happens at the time of login and after the login. So this is the platform where I used to develop my code. So it is called as a CCBP Cloud IDE, which is an integrated development environment kit provided only for CCBPs. So I developed my code here. Let's see the structure folder of the structure of this folders. So in the source path, we have the components and context, and in the components, these are my modules which are rendered throughout the application runtime. So this is the card where all the products are sent here after clicking the add button, as you seen previously in the video. And this is the empty cart view, and this is the footer header. For example, we go to the header. So this is the code of the header. So I stored my images in Cloudinary, and I generated the link and user link over here. As you can see, this is the cloudinary.com website where I generated the link for the logos and etc. This is the home route and login and not found page, which I'm going to explain later in the video. This is the payment part. Let's jump into the login section. So in this module, as you can see, I have a I have an API. So this API is an authentication API wherein a registered user information is already stored in this API. So only registered users can have the access to the web page. As you can see, as you can see previously in the video, I entered the credentials. Without the credentials, user can make a successful login. So this is the login module, and let me explain the home page where everything happens here. So this is the home page. Let's go into the content. This is the API URL which I have used in my project where I used to fetch the data. So here, this is the part where I fetch the data. Here I sorted the cart items which I want to send them into the cart. So this is the prop which I'm going to send to the cart as details. And now every file have its own CSS. And let me show you in the developer tools. So before going to the developer tools, let me show you how I check this file locally in the local host. So let me run the command. Actually, I already run the command. So this is the local host, guys. I can simply click here. Yeah, it is loaded here. So here I can check the responsiveness of my website according to the screen sizes. So let me go into the for developer tools. I will open another new window. Now I open the developer tools. Let me type the password and the username. The username and the password. Now let me click on the login button and see what happens. So see, we clearly see that a JWT token is generated. So which is used for the authentication. And here, with the help of this JWT token, we change the routes of this NextMart applications. So without JWT token in NextMart application, we can go from login to logout process. Since it is a prototype version, I haven't created any payment gateway. So if we click on the checkout, we can see this. So if you click on the application here, we can see what are the local files that are stored in the local session. See in the local storage. So these are the cart items which are stored in the cart. Even if I click on the logout option, they are stored here until I remove them from the cart. Now let me show you the mobile version of the NextMart application. So this is the mobile version of the NextMart application. And I also forgot to mention about the third-party node packages I have used. I used React Router DOM, JS cookies, React icons, and I also changed the design in the mobile version where only the footer will appear instead of the header. This is the responsive design which I have achieved. So all the icons are like home, cart, and logout are all functional. And I achieved this design by using CSS media queries. So if any unauthenticated user tries to log in, it also shows the error message. It's like showing the username is wrong or the password, the type of password is wrong. So any unauthenticated user can log in into the NextMart applications. And this is all about my NextMart application. And further, more I'm going to introduce more features like dark mode, search functionality for more interactive shopping. As you can see here, I am attempting an unauthorized login. It will show me the error message. Let's see here. So this is all about my NXTMART application.